Welcome back. Hey, so they just rescued Samuel from his fall from a building. Yep. Probably. Anyway,
rescue.
all right, Erik, roll your little check there to see how you're feeling.
Because of Voice of Madness, I have to roll to see if I go crazy now.
Yay!
3 successes.
You're good. you're like a little twitchy, than normal. Mm-hmm. Like
I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Take the case. Open it.
All right. Let's try and open this then.
All right. Go ahead and make your check. It'll be it looks like it's got a like a combination lock on here, plus a little point for some kind of key.
I'm just gonna try and rip it open.
All right. So you make a strength. Just roll strength then, and
Okay.
you can add your potence as automatic successes to that one there.
How do I add those again?
We just can consider them. How
Just
many?
roll normally, and then you get potence number of successes afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So 1 success normally, and what's your potence?
2 poems.
Okay.
3 successes.
So 3 successes. So you'll kind of get in there and like be prying it apart, and you will break it, but not completely open. Like we're just trying to open it with your hands. You tore off the handle.
I should have brought my sword with me.
The sword would
Could
have
have pried it in. Well, it's kind of open. Can I see if I can just like shake it and see if anything falls out?
I mean, it's no.
Does it open a crack? No.
I mean, you need something like a knife or a crowbar. If you can get in there, you think you could probably pop it the rest of the way.
Has anyone got anything sharp or thin or some kind of leverage?
I'm sure there's a tire iron in the spare tire compartment here,
Ooh.
and we need to get rid of this car anyway. Erik,
Crawl into the trunk. There you go.
Okay. I'm gonna try it with this now.
Erik, we are not going to be able to carry all of your clothes when we ditch the car, which
Go
we are
into the
going to do
trunk,
very,
pop
very
it up.
soon.
Yeah.
No, we're still moving.
Oh, no. Like the seat. I lower the seat and I crawl in the back and pull it back up.
Yeah.
So I'm in my little cubby getting things organized.
Why, like, one of these, like, while Dawn's in the back seat, Dawn's in the front seat trying to, like, pop this open next to Nathaniel, and, like, Samuel just, like, relaxing, like, really, like, trying to heal up in the back seat. All right,
We're gonna have to burn this vehicle.
Okay, I'm gonna say, because your success before with the tire iron, you were able to pop the thing open.
Heck yeah. Let's have a look. Let's see what we found.
All right, this case seems to have a bunch of paperwork in here of some kind. It also seems to have a number of small glass containers with objects in them. One of them seems to be some kind of coin. Another seems to be some kind of piece of stone with writing on it. And a third one seems to be some kind of like small knife of some kind.
They didn't smash the glass on the fool, did they?
These things seem like when it came down, these things seemed like hard like cases, you know.
Okay.
Also,
Like,
like holding it on my chest as I landed on my back.
Yes,
Used
which
to the
helps
impacts.
too. He broke the fall of it.
From the trunk. Did you get it open?
Yeah, some paperwork and some things in glass. It's a
None
coin
of
and
these
a knife
appear
and...
to the appropriate items we're looking for, do they?
I don't think so. I'm looking at the papers.
There
You'll
also
see.
seems to be a flash drive in here, kind of floating around. It looks like it kind of got a little beat up in the fall, but it probably intact, mostly.
Really, the flash drive got beat up?
I mean, it looks like kind of like
jars
flat.
didn't?
They're like thick glass.
They're not actual glass. They're like more like a plastic holding case kind of thing. They look kind of like glass-like. You know, they're like,
Okay.
you know,
They're like reinforced.
Kind of the
armor.
bulletproof glass kind of stuff.
yeah. They're nice, like,
Eh.
holding cases for these things.
The seat pops back down, and I crawl out with a duffel bag,
Mhm.
throw it back up. Let me see him. Tantus, do I have any fucking clue what these are with?
All right, that is a good question. First
One of those
off,
good old occult intelligence.
not yet. First, I want you to roll, I think, academics intelligence. Give me first.
All right. Cadence is right there. Difficulty.
We're gonna say 8 on this one. Okay.
Oh, so many rolls.
And
No
then give me
success.
an occult in intelligence. Same difficulty.
And 4 successes.
You're not really sure a lot about these things, but you can tell that the coin itself has some very vague symbolism on it. It's very hard to tell if it's anything special or not, but some of the little, like, almost writing symbols on it seem very familiar to you, like old writing for, like, vampire books and stuff. You know, like if you would see copies of the Book of Nod and what it's written in, the original languages it was written in, well, the old languages it's written in, kind of thing. The tablet itself seems quite worn. It's kind of hard to tell what language it's in, but it does seem to have some kind of illustrations on it in a kind of way that kind of like to the side that are kind of broken off that look like they could also be something maybe supernatural. Hard to say if that's actually like connecting to vampires or something else legendary, you know. The knife itself is very fine, and you recognize it as actually a dagger that would have been used in a battle against, specifically it was designed for old battles against changing breeds, especially, of course, werewolves. Garen. That one you're pretty sure is a little newer than the others, but it's a silver dagger of some kind. The writing on the papers that are in here seem to be a big chunk of it in English, talking with some notes about these items, with also some other languages in there. It looks like some Egyptian, you're guessing, from some notes from some other people, and a couple other languages.
Bless you.
So it looks like we got what we wanted. In other words.
Unfortunately, as you look through it, it looks like you didn't. It looks
Oh,
like there
wow,
was one
so-
more item in another case.
Mario, the pages you're looking for are in another case.
that he may or may not have had with him at the restaurant in his vehicle.
We have to do a trade.
Well, we got some very interesting things. Doesn't look like what we came for, though. And
Can you get the bottle with the knife open?
I was gonna ask if I could.
You could probably pop these open too. I mean, they've got like they probably have like a locking system on them anyways, you know. Again, probably the keys are with your good friend, well, not your good friend, your brief acquaintance James.
Tire iron, please.
I mean, it's probably easier just to use larceny, dexterity.
Just for the knife. Because that way she can use it if we run up against those
Yeah.
not werewolves again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too. So yeah, she wants to roll larceny, then I'll just toss it to her.
Larceny what, or is it just larceny?
Larceny dexterity. Tim, for some exact details about it, it was probably a stolen clave. You're thinking you'll get it open. That was adapted for vampiric use, effectively against the werewolves that was stolen from. Claves are traditionally silver weapons that Garrow used to fight each other or others that are that they can also imbue it with abilities, basically, for taking the strain of using something that could kill them.
Relay.
Yeah.
Also, it would probably really piss off any werewolf that would see you have it, though.
Oh.
Don't let them see that until you need to.
I'm gonna put that in my pocket. I'm gonna cover that up and hide that away. But we got a knife.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stab things.
I mean, you also have a tire iron. You have a tire iron and a knife.
Didn't you also get a sword?
A
And a
bent
sword.
up
Right
sword.
now.
We need to redo that one a little bit.
I need to get a whetstone or something.
I just felt like, you know, when you had the tire iron, if you were gonna say like I'm gonna keep the tire iron, I was gonna be like do it's tire iron.
Tuck it down the back of my shirt, try and hide it.
The universal tool. All right. It's about now that you're going to arrive where you can meet with the prince.
How close is the prince to a large body of water?
Not very.
Damn it. Okay.
I'm gonna leave the tire iron in the car. I don't want to piss off the prince.
Is there any way to... how big are each of the jars, by the way?
They're not like jars, they're just cases, like made of like
Okay.
a hard plastic, almost kind of glass material. Probably like, it looks similar to like a bulletproof glass or something, just like a carrying case that seals them up more, you know, so it is like very well sealed in there.
Right. What I'm trying to figure out is like whether we can fit it into a pocket, like if the stone is like...
The coin in the tablet piece, you could... The coin definitely, it's a much smaller one. They're not like perfect for the size of them, but it looks like they're relatively good for the size of them. It looks like, you know, they might have had like a standard, like we have 5 case sizes, you know, so we can get these things in pretty well.
Okay. So
How much would I
can
have
you
healed during the drive, by the
I
way? Would I
mean,
have healed up to...
Yes, you could have
bruised,
healed
as I
up if you
said?
wanted to, yes.
Okay.
It would not have taken you long. Effectively,
Oh, okay.
every round, you can spend at least 1 blood to do that.
Okay.
Your generation determines how much blood you can use per round, and that's how much you could technically heal, if you're concentrating on that.
Hmm.
Okay. So, Dawn has the dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Tiv, can you put the... I'm sorry, Erik, can you put the tablet piece in your duffel bag?
Zip zip.
Excellent. I will put the coin in my pocket. And Samuel, can your friend hold on to the flash drive?
Wick, you think you could do that?
It's like it's like he's like holding something like this big to him. He's like,
Aw.
sure, boss. It's kind of hard to scurry about with it, but I can do my best. Unless you want me to try to shove it in one of my cheeks and hold it. I'm not one of them hamsters, but I can do a decent job.
Would it be okay if he shoved it in his cheek?
Honestly, I'm mostly trying to make sure that not all of the pieces are readily accessible to this new prince, who will almost certainly want them. So, I'm hoping Wick can stay out of sight, out of mind, so to speak,
I can stay out here on this nice car.
and be ready to escape with it if need be.
Wick, I don't think you should stay in the car. We're kind of gonna ditch this car.
Look, boss, I want to learn to drive someday.
You're not gonna learn to drive, Wick. We've talked about this before. Look, we'll talk about this later. You're gonna hide somewhere.
Boss, it's my
Come
dream,
on.
boss. It's my dream.
Wick, we'll talk about this later.
All right, boss.
I want to teach him to drive now.
Yeah, I got some. Oh, we just need. You have the cash for this. We can make it happen.
The best part is you
Like-
guys didn't hear any of that conversation because it
We
was
just
just
heard-
squeaking.
Can you
Well,
eventually buy him,
obviously,
like, a
but
remote control toy car that he can drive around in.
Oh,
like,
shit.
all
We'll
we
retrofit
need,
it with actual motors and like working steering wheel. Yeah.
or we could just like hook up a vehicle to like a little remote control little thing that he can sit in, so he can have his own little steering wheel and control a full size car. He can drive us
Eventually,
around.
eventually we'll build him a Wickmech.
Uh,
I mean, you
I'm
get
okay.
Optimus Prime that's got like all the little soldered things. All right, we need to stop planning this and plan the more important thing right now.
no,
So,
this
yeah.
is important to you guys. It counts.
I didn't say it wasn't important. I said the more important thing.
It's true.
You know, they do have little mechanized drones on like basically mini tanks that have a machine gun on them.
Yep. It usually shoots
Wait.
marshmallows or like dart gun or like little darts or something, but we can retrofit that shit.
No,
All
I
right,
mean
so
military.
oh,
Yeah.
all right. So, Dawn's got the dagger, Eric's got the tablet, I've got the coin, Wick's got the flash drive,
Mhm.
and
And Wickle's just
Samuel-
gonna like, I guess, hang out here, doing his thing. Maybe not in the
Samuel.
car.
are you feeling okay? You took quite a fall.
A little bit worse for wear, but I'll be all right for now.
Good.
I was able to recover throughout the drive.
Erik, everything okay?
Yeah, I'm good. And
Excellent.
I'm just like neatly folding the papers and handing them to Samuel.
I'm looking over them now for the first time, and I'm like, oh, only
Alright.
got the wrong shit.
Excellent. Dawn, everything all right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So you're gonna head in to meet the Prince of Philadelphia. The prince, as I believe I told you last week, is a man named Gregory Klaus. He is a Tremere. He is, as far as you know, of Germanic descent. You know he is old, and you know that he is the Bastion of Camarilla influence in this city, as one that has no direct controller. But he's what you have to talk to. You will be escorted into a building that looks like a cross between an area of a building, like a kind of office building that has an area that looks like a cross between someone's office, a bit of a penthouse, and you also see like some signs of like old stuff, like a little bit of medieval aesthetic to it. Maybe even like a little bit of like what you would call with the aesthetic, like a wizard's laboratory kind of thing. Interesting little test tubes and stuff and paperwork that look more on display than actually in use, though. The kind of things that you would see like someone collecting or something, maybe.
Ooh.
Ah.
As we're
Does he
walking
have
through,
Gentlemen, lady, it is good for you to come to my city here. Welcome to Philadelphia. What is it that I can do for you today?
Initially, we were only here to request permission to feed.
Yes.
Um,
You have introduced yourselves. That is not a problem, usually. Though I have... Unfortunately, I'm getting word that some things have happened in town since you have arrived. And I'm afraid you might be at fault. It worries me that you would come in and disrupt my house.
Such was, of course, not our intention. We have been involved in some unusual visitors. We've become aware of some unusual visitors, and are curious as to your views regarding. I can't recall the name. Erik, what are they called?
The odd werewolves, the black spiral dancers, I believe.
Those, as well as the other, the immortal.
The mummy.
Yes, I was.
They're the part of the group
An
that.
undying.
Yes, I was asking for the more specific term.
Yes, an undying would be interesting to be in the city, but they are often keep to themselves. As for black spiral dancers, the wants and needs of Garu are not of werewolves, are traditionally not my problem. There are plenty of other things that happen in this town that are more
They're
difficult to
working
deal with.
together.
So,
They're part of an association called blah. I can't remember the actual
The
name.
Caine Institute.
the K Institute, yes.
Yeah.
The K Institute. Interesting. I've heard of them in passing a few times now. Seems that they do have a presence in my city, but they have as of yet not dealt with me directly, or done anything to deal with me directly. I've been busy with various other things. Anarchs, Sabbat, other groups. The city is chaos incarnate, and keeping control of it is not easy. And you adding a little chaos to the mix is not quite welcome. So, if you're dealing with this group, then do so, and leave my city. But, since you were polite enough to come to me at least, with things going on, I know that there are those who would have ignored me completely, in hopes that everything would blow over. But you were nice enough not to do that. So, perhaps if I find something out, if one of my contacts can, I will share it with you, if I'm feeling generous at the time.
Such would be greatly appreciated.
This institute you mentioned, it's beginning to interest me more than I thought it would. So I will take a look. Maybe I can find something about it if they are associated with it, if they are just representing it, or if there's something more to it.
Excellent. We can provide you with the names that we were given, at least. Specifically, looking into my notes, Uar Saken.
I do not know that name off the top of my head. Are you assuming that is the Undying?
That is how he introduced himself to us.
Alright. I will have someone look into this person to see if there is something that I can find out about him. Again, my want to share it with you will be at the time. You have more?
You appear to be a collector of medieval artifacts?
Yes, collector. That's an interesting way of saying it. True.
I kind of nudged Dawn.
Not my sword. Well, we have a medieval helmet. If you happen to want to add it to your collection.
He'll kind of chuckle. No, thank you. Your goods are not something I need. And the previous Four-Bench Institute seemed to have been one at a museum. And anything that may have come from there, not only do not want it, but I have no need for a helmet of any kind.
It could suit you well.
No, the things in this room suit me much better.
I agree.
It's true.
They look great.
They are wonderful. Gifts to me from Tremere himself.
Interesting.
Anyway, you can go now. I have enough
Thank
business
you.
in this city to deal without dealing with you.
Already walking away.
Thank you kindly, sir. We appreciate your hospitality, and will appreciate any information you are able to provide to us.
Yeah. Do any of you have... I think one of you at least had status, right? As a background?
I think I did.
Let me check. I have one
Oh, no.
status.
Roll me
Nope.
a intelligence status check, actually.
Just me?
Yes, just you.
I do have the prestigious sire.
Yes. This is for something that he might know.
Oh, I don't
Sure.
see status on the
You
little
just
button.
roll an extra die. Just roll pretty much intelligence and add one extra die. It's an easy way of doing it. Because
Alright.
you don't normally roll backgrounds, but I think in this case, with some of the information, it
What is it,
kind of
1d10?
Yes. think you got it there. Cool. All right. 2, 3. Yep. Okay. When he talks about a lot of the things there, I'm just gonna say like, you kind of recognize that more than likely he is a Tremere elder of some kind. So 4th, 5th, 6th generation. You're not sure which one. So much more powerful than you guys. And you would assume so in order to hold his own within a city, pretty much. That is in chaos.
The big old tough guy.
Also, probably, playing around with you, because elders usually play around with the younger generations just to dick with them. So it might be the only reason that he's actually being nice to you is he's seeing how much you can continue to hang yourselves.
Wants to see our full potential. I get it.
Probably failure.
Look here.
Probably
World's
failure,
greatest.
and then use that excuse to get a one over Helena back in New York.
I am the world's greatest spy, okay? I broke in, got the wrong object, and fell out of a building.
And nobody saw a thing.
Jason Bourne as a vampire.
Jason unborn.
I believe what you were saying, nobody saw the thing. It's like everyone saw the thing. Anyway, all right. So you'll finish up with your meeting with the prince. He will dismiss you from his building. Where do you want to go now?
Ditch the car.
Yeah, I think ditch the car is the next step.
And
But
then
I
we
think
had a meeting on the docks as well.
You
Yep.
do.
I kind of want to think of some sort of backup plan for that, because just going to the docks feels like it's going to be a bad time.
The backup plan is they go crazy, we run.
I got the knife now.
Yeah, that's true.
One of them possibly dealt with.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
So I was kind of wondering about this because I didn't really write it down or put it in anything. But do you think my character would have like a laptop or something, like just like a small laptop?
Probably could have one. Sure.
We could. I was thinking about that earlier, and I figured All right, good.
All right. So you're heading to the meeting, I guess, then, or doing something else?
So we need to ditch the car.
Yes.
Take the
And I'm
tire
thinking,
and bring it with me.
yep, I'm thinking we keep the dagger with us. Samuel, can you find a hiding place for these objects in the sewer?
Shouldn't be hard enough. I mean, shouldn't. Yeah, that
Shouldn't be difficult.
Shouldn't be difficult.
Should be easy enough.
Should be
Shouldn't be
easy
that
enough.
hard.
Yeah. Look here.
Excellent. So we can bring the papers with us. We can. Do you have thoughts on how to double cross them best?
We see the object. They go crazy. We grab it and run.
Do we want to maybe
I don't
try and
see-
put the knife on the guy and get the werewolf to see it?
Ooh.
Make him angry. You know,
We could
make
have-
him feel like he's gonna be betrayed by them.
We could try to have Wick planted.
Ooh, I like that.
That does sound like an interesting plan.
The dagger's
would-
the same size as Wick.
Wick, do you think you
Strong
could pull it
boy.
off? He's a
We don't need him to pull it off. We need him to put it on.
Yeah, put it on.
What? What, boss? What do you want me to do?
Do you think you could take that right there? I point at the dagger and
Uh-huh.
put it on someone to make it look like it was theirs.
Maybe? Just because I can lift it doesn't mean I can walk around with it. I'm on all fours all the time. Boss, I need all 4 paws on the ground.
This is why he needs
Look,
a
it's
car.
just an idea. Okay, we'll figure something
Maybe,
out.
maybe you could strap it to my back? Got some.
That's a good idea.
I mean, I might be able to tie it down, boss.
We need to teach you how to walk on two legs before we teach you how to drive. That'll help out a
No,
lot.
that's what the mech would be for. All right.
So yeah, we
So-
would have to strap it to his back. Can't really hold him walk on
Okay,
all
so
fours.
that plan won't work.
Mm.
I mean, a little bit of string around
How
his way.
would we be able to contact a local group of werewolves and
Ooh.
inform them that there are 2 anti-werewolves?
Black spiral dancers.
Whatever.
You could attempt to, but there's just as likely a chance that they won't believe you and try to murder you instead. Because werewolves hate vampires.
Which ones do they hate more?
Ooh, pretty equivalent. Mixed bag. Depends on the circumstances. Roll me an occult intelligence check if you're thinking about how this would react. I'm gonna say.
You want to ask Erik?
Yes. I'm thinking out loud here.
Difficulty?
Let's say 7. All right.
4 successes.
So, the thing about vampires is they have a kind of darkness that spread from them from Caine originally. The problem with werewolves and vampires is you know that werewolves sense the same darkness in them. It senses just very similar to the dark spirits they battle. So they kind of feel like all vampires are also corrupted by that dark presence. Even though vampires probably aren't. It's probably their own unique kind of twisted dark energy that's given them life. But that doesn't mean anything to a werewolf. It would be referred to as worm taint. Like WYRM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Samuel and I can try to figure out where we could find a cell of them.
That's what one of the reasons gang will get along with them is because their connection to nature is almost seen as an attempt at redemption.
Too
An
bad we don't have
attempt.
any gangrel.
Yes.
Not
All right.
not till Erik dies.
Do we want to kill him off?
And even then, it's kind of a tenuous
yet.
thing with gangrel. You know, that's still tenuous with gangrel because it's not like a werewolf and a black spiral wouldn't get along because they both have antithesis of plans. Though gangrel can go along with the entire let's protect the environment that a werewolf more likes to do, or prevent man from doing stupid crap to it.
Okay.
Sometimes through
Then-
murder.
Then I think now we need to call Helena.
No.
Can we do that quickly?
Sure. You bringing her up?
Awesome.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
do it, I'm doing it.
Hello, Helena's office.
So, good news and complicated news.
This is her office, not her.
I know.
Okay.
That's why I said good news and complicated news. This
Sorry.
is
Helena
Nathaniel.
Panhard's office. May I ask who's speaking?
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Does she know Nathaniel?
Damn.
Oh, him. Oh, hello, Nathaniel. Very, very good to hear from you. Very good to hear from you. How can we
Yes.
help you this day?
We have acquired several pieces that appear to be affiliated with our target.
I'm afraid. Let me stop you. I have no idea what you're talking about. Miss Panhard, our illustrious prince, had not discussed with me anything of what she sent you on. I'm afraid.
Hence my vagueness.
Recovering an item, You have items related to it that may not be the item itself. Understand? Okay, then what's going on?
There appears to be another group vying for this item.
Well, that seems difficult to deal
Reasonable.
with, but can happen. You never know.
Mm-hmm. And we were wondering if she had any thoughts or suggestions on how to deal with a, what did you say, dark something spirit?
Black Spiral Dancer.
Black Spiral
mummy.
Dancer.
Black spiral
And a
dancer.
mummy.
And a mummy? And a dying?
Yes,
Unusual situation.
indeed.
Well, how many of you are there?
5 if you count the rat.
I think one of us,
4 1/4.
at least one of us, perhaps counts as something less than a full person.
Well, Nathaniel,
Is he talking about me or you?
rather than going into specifics, here's a good suggestion.
Quick.
If you have
Yes.
at least 3, send 3, other than yourself, to go, well, meet with the Black Spiral Dancers and probably their associate, and in the meantime, you acquire the object and then return with it. And should your friends or associates horribly die again, well, no loss.
Too bad we didn't hear that.
Fair enough.
Out of game, I'm pissed.
That seems.
I can pass your word on to Helena. She's in an important meeting right now, and when she's done, perhaps she should call you herself. I'm afraid I don't know how much longer it will be.
Certainly. Always happy to receive a call from the prince.
Indeed. Well.
Thank you for your suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Should anything untoward happen this evening, perhaps you could at least pass along the information that we've gleaned, and perhaps the name of the Caine Institute.
K Institute. All right, I'll pass along that exists of some kind. Perhaps she'll be interested in it if that is their front of some kind.
Yes, in the event of catastrophic.
Well, it sounds like you're going to have
Difficulties.
catastrophic difficulties regardless. That is why you should survive and the others should probably perish. Congratulations, you will be successful at your mission. Granted, we will have to find you some more people to work with, but at least you're of the proper clan stay alive.
Yes.
A good leader
Thank you.
knows when to lead from the front lines and when to lead from the back lines.
Indeed.
Anyway, good luck to you.
So we're fucked, right?
If what you mean is that she will not be aiding us in any significant way, yes.
Yeah.
Is the receptionist still a bitch? That bitch hates me.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. She's just mean.
It wasn't the receptionist, though, but it could have
Oh,
been.
that. The receptionist doesn't like me either.
No, the receptionist hates you.
Yeah.
I mean, the receptionist probably hates me too.
The receptionist hates everybody.
I mean, I would if I was a
Except for
receptionist.
me.
No,
No.
she likes Samuel.
Yeah, she likes Samuel for some reason. I think she
She's
assumes that
He
Samuel's
already
not
got ditched by his neighbor.
Yeah, she assumes that Samuel will do nothing at all that's going to be annoying, and that way, you know, because he's already in a horrible position, so it's just like,
All right. Let's go get killed.
Ooh.
Sounds like a plan.
So am I bringing the knife or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely
Okay,
bringing
I'm
it
gonna
up.
put that in my shoe now. I'm gonna put it in my
Definitely,
pocket.
definitely hiding the other items elsewhere.
It might be worth checking out what's on this USB before we continue
Ooh.
as well.
How long will that take?
Shouldn't be
Yeah,
long at all. Without
Excellent.
my little laptop.
Please do.
Alright, I'm gonna plug that bad boy in there.
all right, it seems in decent shape. It seems to have taken a like not so much damage that you can't like get the information off of it, but you know it takes you like a minute to kind of like get it plugged in there properly.
Right.
It seems to be a number of files detailing information on his finds, where he discovered them, where they were located in actually an area outside the norms for Egypt, for where you would think to find most of the stuff, like farther away from the Nile, in areas that are more into the desert and the kind of more ranges of that area. That into like some of the rocky hills and stuff, that you would not expect to find anything like this. You can kind of page through a lot of it. There's a lot of mumbo jumbo to you because you are not a master of archaeology. So it's a lot of stuff that's just like, gah. But it does detail where it found the finds. It also seems to have a number of bits of information on like older documents that he seems to have had copies of that detail specific locations. It does seem to locate that there's something in the area he was searching with in Egypt that he was searching for that he didn't find, but he found this and rushed back here upon finding it. That seems to be like a like some information that he's like kind of crafted. It's like he's got like a draft of a letter that he put together, kind of thing, you know, too, that you'll see through.
Right. Yeah, I'm relaying this information obviously as I look through it.
Can you copy that and secure it in some way?
Oh yeah, I'm probably like taking some screenshots, saving it to my laptop, copying the files over. Maybe
you get the feeling that whatever he's looking for is whatever find he's trying to find might be related to vampirism in a way, at least vampires in their history. Because
does it seem like he understands that he sees it?
No.
Okay.
Whenever he talks about it, he seems to be discussing like I'm going to say you took like 15 minutes to like look over stuff here, you know.
Right.
Whatever he discusses things, it seems to be he's just thinking it is a unknown culture that was much older than ancient Egypt, but in the area and lost. So he's thinking it was like a proto-Egyptian culture that was little known of.
All right, yeah, I've made copies of all the files and screenshotted and all that. Whole bunch of... I've got copies on copies, all right?
Yep. You got the information.
All right. The other two of you, while we're driving, can I have you write down, like, find some sheet of paper, and on the back of it, write down the Caine Institute information and the whatever the mummy's name was, and like a bunch of like a random
know
phone
nothing
number.
about the K Institute.
No, but we know its name.
Yes, that's what I mean.
And we know its symbol.
Pretty much
And we know its
writing
symbol.
down
That's
what
true.
we know.
Yes.
Basically, write down like stuff that would be incriminating if it were found in the car.
Okay.
Ooh.
You know I'm a doctor, right?
Wait, like
Have you seen our handwriting ever?
It's not important that it's legible. It's important that it's
Oh, well then, I'll
multiple-
get this done real quick.
Excellent. As long as you can write legibly, Dawn.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Excellent. And find a way to stuff it in like a crack beneath the seat or something, so that it won't be found on cursory inspection, but perhaps later.
And yes, Don, I
Stick
was
something in the
actually
glove
a
box.
doctor.
Damn.
Right. Because I'm thinking we leave this car with him.
Ooh. Okay. If we murdered near it, hopefully someone will find it.
I don't think that will be a problem.
If he's murdered in it, it'll be funny.
That should.
If he's murdered in it, it will be even better. So, do we have copies of the paperwork, or is the paperwork basically just copies of the stuff that's on the flash drive?
The paperwork, I think you just have physically have the paperwork.
Okay.
The paperwork was mainly just seemingly like papers that seem to deal with the items at hand and the item that you probably are seeking, you know.
Okay. So you've got the various items stashed in the sewer somewhere, correct, Samuel?
Yes.
Excellent. Then we've got these papers in this case. Are there any papers that appear more important than the others?
Depends on what you're looking at. There seems to be papers related to each of the 3 items that you have, and then some related to whatever document he has.
Do they... okay. I'm trying to find out if the papers have any information beyond what is, like, fairly easily recognizable about the items, other than, like, where they were found, like, other than characteristic information, like lore information.
Maybe a little bit. It seems less like it's actual lore and more a lot of speculation on it.
Okay.
It's got like
So
it's like
we
an
can leave those.
analysis. But it seems analysis of each of the items. But it's analysis from perspective that does not include things like werewolves and vampires.
Got it. Okay. Can we get the papers back in the briefcase? Or the metal case?
You mean the one that's been popped open with a
Busted up?
tire iron and busted
Yes.
up? Yes.
Yep. Okay. Let's stick that in the trunk. Lock the car. And go for the meeting. And
Sounds
we are
like a
going
plan.
to indicate that everything that we found in the case is in the case. And we will offer the trade. And otherwise generally go with Eric's plan. Good? As soon as things start to go south. Acceptable?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent.
Okay. So you're gonna park a little bit away from the customs
Port Authority.
Port Authority. Yeah, and then you're kind of gonna walk to the main gate of the Port Authority.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can I do you folks? Can I help you folks out?
Here for a meeting.
Oh. Mr. Frenzone?
The very same.
Do you have some kind of ID on you? I probably should be checking for ID. Look, this is an unusual circumstance for me. Look, look, my boss told me that you guys were going to come here, so I just need some ID to prove that you're who you are.
Did he mention my name? I have ID on me.
What's your name?
Reach into my billfold.
Are you
Dawn.
What sort of ID are you looking for?
Dawn. Dan? Oh! I wrote this at Dan!
Oh,
I thought it was
wow.
a Dan!
You should have your ears tested.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. I'm so sorry, madam.
Wow.
Oh, Mr. Franzone, you said you had some kind of ID?
No, I pulled out my billfold.
Oh.
What variety of identification are you looking for?
Oh, well, how about, let's say, 2 of Mr. President's. You know the one that
He wants Benjamins.
it invented electricity.
You mean the creator?
What?
I don't have bills with his face on it.
Huh?
Just show him your ID, Don.
I'm just gonna.
Here you are, sir.
Okay.
And
What are you giving him?
200.
Okay. Well, this is a very nice idea, Dan. Wink, wink. Go right ahead in. Thank you, Mr. President.
As soon as we're out of earshot of that guy, I was about to snap his neck.
Yeah.
I mean, if
so
you're hungry
interested.
on the way out.
Yeah, I could do with a snack later.
I still don't kill when I eat, but
Give me
very
a bad
typical.
headache.
You don't have to. All right.
Okay. Kind of moving by the gate.
Should we go for our last break?
Yeah. Let's actually at this point in time go for last break. Yeah. Sorry for a second there. I was gonna sort of establish something, but we can wait until after the break to do that. That's very much fine. So everyone, drink, bathroom, snack, whatever you need. Be back in a couple of minutes. Take your chance to go run and do it. And we'll be back in a second. So see you in a second.